Kyle Reese? I'm John Connor. You make me. I'm your son. Dad, you're my dad. Hi, Dad.
What's going on?
I gotta send you back to the past. Come here. No, you gotta meet my mom.
I don't want to meet
you gotta
your
make
mom.
me. You are my dad.
I don't know what's happening.
Clothes don't work in the past.
Why are you? Oh! Hello, welcome to the fourth act. I'm Alex and that's Phil, and I just got violated. Critics are calling it the event movie of the year.
No, they're not.
Terminator 6.
It looks like it was made by a 2-year-old monkey on a farm.
Dark Fate is on its way
No
out.
one knows it's coming.
We're here to rank all 5 movies that came before, and that's pretty much it. What else we got to talk about?
We're gonna go back and forth with all the Terminator films, starting in chronological order, talking about the pros and cons of what works and what doesn't work. And you're gonna get 2 lists instead of 1 list, because 2 is better than 1. You can tell us which one of us is right or if we're both wrong. And we'll update this list in our new Agree-Disagree for Terminator Dark Fate next week.
That's right. We're starting with the first Terminator movie. The year was 1984, and James Cameron wrote and directed this movie, and it made Arnold Schwarzenegger a star. Stars as a robot sent back in time to exterminate the mother of John Connor, who will lead the war against machines. Where does this rank for you, Phil?
It's at a sharp number 2. I don't know why it's a sharp number 2, but it's a sharp number 2.
I don't know what that means, but I agree with you. It's one of the greats, though. It's one of the great original 80s, along with Die Hard and Rocky and Rambo. But unlike those, it sets these parameters in the plot to justify just the most over-the-top kind of action.
Yeah.
And I just love it. And you gotta have a truck chase. It's got that in spades.
Need that.
Every Terminator movie goes big with the trucks.
You gotta have a vehicle that's bad on the miles per gallon.
The only thing I knock it for is it just has some special effects that are a little bit dated, especially when he rises out of the rubble and he's the robot form now. He starts chasing him and it's like stop motion. But for every special effect that doesn't age all that well, there's just a great practical effects. And I'm talking about when he's in the mirror like healing himself and you just see inside of his skin and you see his red eye and it's just so
menacing.
Unsettling.
The action films that we have today, we're kind of desensitized to this over-the-top action. But Terminator was that. It set the precedent for that.
It's an achievement, and it gives you Arnold Schwarzenegger,
yes.
Which that alone is an achievement. He hangs dong.
Okay.
Best goddamn movie I ever seen in my life.
Oh.
Dude hangs dong.
I
don't want to miss that.
It's such a suspenseful story setup. It's so compelling, and it establishes a caliber of action and suspense that we've come to expect in the franchise.
Yes.
It's time for T2. Danny Boyle returns to direct. Ewan McGregor returns along with the rest of the cast of Trainspotting for Trainspotting 2.
Stop. I got this, all right? It's Terminator 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer. There's a cop who's silver.
All right, enough. James Cameron comes back to direct, Linda Hamilton comes back, and so does Schwarzenegger. Now we have Robert Patrick as the terrifying T-1000, and twist, this time Schwarzenegger's the good guy. Where's this rank for you, Phil?
Number 4.
You.
Just kidding. Terminator 2 was at number 1.
Same. Number 2 is number 1. And
Number 1 is number 2. What I want to talk about in Terminator 2 is that John Connor is now a living, breathing thing. All right? The thing that they were trying to prevent happening in the first one is now fully fledged into this universe, and he has to deal with maybe being the savior to the apocalypse. And it's such a cool, interesting dynamic that he has and that his mother has to deal with. And on top of that, you're not even factoring in the Terminator yet. Schwarzenegger comes in, and then he's a good guy!
I love the shakeup. The characters in this are thrice compelling as they were in the first one. There's the moment in the hallway where you think Robert Patrick's there to save him. They even dress him like a cop, like a good guy.
Yes.
And they switch it on you in the last minute. It's brilliant. And he becomes a father figure to John Connor, which is crazy.
No.
And then there's Linda Hamilton, who has such a burden, and she has that image of the apocalypse, and it's just terrifying. It will haunt your dreams.
Hey, let's try this one.
This movie walks that line of just like being so terrifying because of the future, but also being so just incredibly awesome. Because that truck sequence in the LA River.
Truck sequence.
Oh, that is just dope as hell.
Perhaps the greatest action sequence of all time. It just blows the competition out of the water.
It's a real truck, it's a real motorcycle, and there's no green screen.
Let's just also talk about when he lowers himself into the lava.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about that because that actually made me tear up. That was when you have a robot that makes you cry.
I
know now why you cry, but it's something I can never do.
This movie blows the original out of the water, and that is crazy to be able to do that. So, number one.
Number one indeed.
Number one.
Fun fact though, before I move on.
Yeah?
James Cameron actually sold the rights to the Terminator franchise to get a chance to direct the first one. And after the second one, he kind of felt done creatively. He didn't have to come back, and the studio wanted to make more, so they just went on and did it. So, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, Sarah Connor's long gone, John Connor's a little bit sad and depressed. He's got a girlfriend though, and they're both being the target of a new Terminator who's a female in this one.
Whoa!
And they avoided Judgment Day, but they still feel like it might happen. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is back to save the day as well. Where does this rank for you?
I have it at number 3.
I have it at number 4. Schwarzenegger becomes the bad guy again for a brief moment in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Because he gets corrupted, and you have the whole second one when he's the good guy, and this one he's the good guy again. It just adds to the layers of Schwarzenegger in this film.
Schwarzenegger carries this movie again.
Yes, well, he's the star.
I mean, there's that one epic scene in the cemetery where he's walking with a coffin in one hand and just a machine gun, and he's just mowing the lawn with the machine gun.
Yeah.
This was actually the first Terminator movie I ever watched, and I know that's weird because I'm too OCD to do that usually, but I have fond memories of my childhood of discovering the Terminator franchise through this movie. It was very exciting for me. After watching all the movies, I see that it's really just more of the same, but maybe the characters aren't quite as well rounded. The TX isn't really anything that cool. Like, there's certainly some cool moments, but ultimately it just kind of makes me miss the T-1000.
See, I like the ending of Terminator 3 because I like how they end up in the bunker. Their fate is kind of sealed. They can't escape from this. It's going to happen one way or another.
You got a truck sequence?
Yes.
You got the truck. The truck sequence is great. I remember that. It flips over forwards.
And it's not one, but 2 helicopters.
Whoa!
Just crushes her.
I would enjoy a rewatch of this movie, but also I'd enjoy the first 2 more.
Okay.
Next up is 2009's Terminator Salvation. It's mixing it up. We're in the war now. John Connor is played by Christian Bale, and he's fighting the war he always knew was coming. And Sam Worthington plays kind of a wild card character in this one.
Yes.
Where's this rank for you, Phil?
It is number 5, dead last.
I have it at number 4.
This is my least favorite. Something I don't know, just the look of it just is so dark and gloomy.
I didn't hate this one as much as most people did. It's got every Terminator-ism in the other ones, just dressed differently. It has Schwarzenegger in a cameo role. They freeze him, and then he like breaks off. There's good action in this movie, like any Terminator movie. There's a great scene when John Connor gets on a helicopter, and the camera just follows him in, and it goes around the helicopter.
Data transfer complete. Connor, we're joining you, Thompson.
It's got a truck scene.
There's a truck sequence.
The truck sequence is great. It starts in one place, and like the length that the scene goes to, it's so Terminator-esque how it just keeps going further and further, and it just gets crazier and crazier.
The only thing I remember is just a very just dark tone, which I get it. It's the war. It's the post-apocalyptic future.
We've seen images of it, though, in the other movies, and this was basically just a feature length. It brought that to life for a full movie.
I don't know. I wasn't digging the chemistry between Sam Worthington and Christian Bale.
Sam Worthington isn't anybody's favorite actor.
Christian Bale's performance, I wasn't sold on it.
Acting.
Yeah.
Look, he had a hard time on set, okay?
Yeah.
No! No! Don't shut me up! Why the f*** are you walking right through? Da-da-da-da like this in the background. What the f*** is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
I wanna f***ing kick your f***ing ass. You know, shut up.
Overall, I like the dilemma that Sam Worthington faced. I felt like it used its characters pretty well. I like that we got to see the war. I like the setting. I was actually looking forward to more movies like this. I realize that's not the popular opinion. Obviously, the other ones are better, so it's 4, but...
I have nothing more to say. Next up, it's the most recent installment, Terminator Genisys.
Genisys.
Okay. It doesn't really matter what the plot is, because it throws out the first 4 movies, just kind of does whatever it wants. You got Emilia Clarke as, Linda Hamilton, and she's just doing stuff as Sarah Connor.
Jai Courtney tries to become a thing.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger ×2.
Whoa.
And he's going back to fight himself. They got, the same shots. And,
John
Connor is a robot!
It's terrible. No,
So obviously it's number 5 for you. It's number 3 for me because I actually like it.
Why is it number 3? What is wrong with you?
It's not great, but it's not terrible.
No, you
it's
like
just
this
a fun
movie,
film.
I hate you.
It has the throwback scenes to the Griffith Observatory, Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around naked.
Yeah, and he doesn't hang dong. Where's the dong?
The dong?
The dong. Yeah, the dong.
The studio was thinking the gratuitous nudity was maybe a bit much.
You.
Yes, it's PG-13, but honestly, I'm actually really impressed at how much Emilia Clarke looks like Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, but I didn't like her in the movie. She poorly portrayed the character. Her and Jai Courtney had no chemistry.
No, I don't.
And the whole movie was about them finding chemistry, and they never did.
I liked her chemistry with the T-800 as Pops.
I did not care. No, I'll admit, Arnold Schwarzenegger can still play the T-800.
Yes.
He was the best part of this movie. I love when he jumps out of a helicopter to crash into another helicopter.
I'll be back.
What?
But the movie couldn't even do a truck sequence.
Oh my god. No, it was a bus sequence on the Golden Gate Bridge. It was colorful and not dark like the last one.
It was not.
It was better.
It was not better.
It was okay.
No, I don't even know what's going on in this movie. They erased the... Why is he a robot? I don't even know what the plot is.
Look at.
How do we proceed? Why is Matt Smith in the movie? Who is he? What was he doing?
I will 100% say the continuity is shite now, but it doesn't matter. We're having fun.
I'm not having fun. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm not that upset with it.
Just stop. Just stop. We have enough. It's over.
Nothing is over! Nothing!
It's not, though. Dark Fate is released in theaters November 1st. There you have it. That's the Terminator franchise range from 2 different perspectives. We start off agreeing, and then it just kind of becomes a train wreck.
You like the 5th one
don't go
way
there.
more than you need to.
Talk to the Hand.
So here we are getting ready for Terminator 6 Dark Fate. Apparently there's another Terminator that's the most advanced Terminator yet.
What?
Whoa, Linda Hamilton's back, and the hype is so not there at all. And
Don't
I'm
care.
very sad about that. Look what's happened. What is this? Anyway, you can tune in next week. Check out our Agree Disagree segment for that movie. We'll let you know where that movie ranks in this list.
And as always, leave us a comment down below which one of our lists you agree with more. Tell us your own list. And also, did you watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Ooh.
That's an integral part of the Terminator franchise.
Where does that rank in your list? And as always, like and subscribe or don't.
Because Skynet says you have free will.
Skynet?
Skynet.
Skynet?
Skynet.
Dude, Skynet? They're the robots, man! They're taking over, man!